When you hear the word culture, most minds link that to like a country's culture. But culture is more than that. Leonardo Karakowski has many definitions of the word culture. My favorite of his is a culture is a way of life of a group of people. The behaviors, beliefs, values, and symbols they accept, generally without thinking about them. And that they are passed along by communication and imitation from one generation to the next. One culture that I wanted to learn more about and their behaviors and how they communicate is photographers. My roommate, Kat Cunningham, is a professional photographer. I always envy her Instagram feed and how perfectly edited her photos are, so I wanted to know more. The three main things that I was asking Kat about and wanted to understand better was how she establishes credibility in her culture, how her culture tells stories, and what cultural patterns they follow. Kat has been doing photography for years and has been growing herself as one to establish her credibility in her field. When interviewing Kat, she said, "I have worked hard in making my portfolio. I'm very strict with it. I post new content every day, which shows my clients that I am busy and invested in my work, and that's what draws clients to me to hire me." This is because the photography culture is very individualistic. Individualistic is when people in the culture are independent. This applies to Kat in that in photography, as she says, it is very personal and really individual. I'm a freelance photographer, which means I work by myself. I get all of my own clients, I make my own presets, and I get to choose which styles I work with. In photography, people tell stories without words and through pictures. I find that to be so inspirational. Like the quote, "A picture's worth 1,000 words." This phrase has been used so much, it sounds cliche, but with the heavily influence of social media on the world, photos have become a new type of lifestyle. When asking Kat how she tells stories through her photos, she responded, "I tell people's stories through the pictures I take of them. Because I meet so many different kinds of people, I always start a shoot by asking them questions about themselves. I use that information to help pose them. This makes each photo shoot unique and personal." Different cultures follow different cultural patterns, one including if they view time as monochronic or polychronic. In photography's case, they use polychronic time. This is because in regards to photos, there's a lot of factors that they can't control. These factors include lighting, weather, and even the different seasons. Kat said that so many times she has to wake up before the sun just to get the perfect photo, or she has to reschedule shoots because of rain or bad weather. This would be so incredibly annoying to have no control over the conditions and have one small factor ruin the whole shoot. So they have to go by polychronic time since there's no set time to do any set thing. Overall, photography is so much more complex than I thought it would be. I'm so grateful that I was able to interview Kat and learn more about that culture she is a part of, and how maybe one day I could get into photography, and with the information Kat provided and how she tells stories, establishes credibility, and follows cultural patterns, I will be able to find my own place within the photography culture.